All right, we'll get going here while we have people coming in. Welcome, everybody. Friday Focus. Today we have Alta Labs. It's going to bring us through their offering, advantages of using Alta Labs. This will be about a 45-minute webinar. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and go into ask those in the Q&A. We have Tony here as well answering questions. Cole Sampson with Alta Labs here going to go through the presentation. We're going to have this recorded on our VCC, so you could access it anytime. If you, like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. We'll have this recorded on our VCC. And excited to have Cole here. Cole, you're not even in the States right now, right?
I just got back yesterday.
Oh,
so
okay.
Just got back from Europe yesterday. Yep. So
you're probably have a little jet lag, huh?
A little bit, but we're doing good. It actually the schedule's worked out, so we just got home and went to bed, and now we're up and doing this. So excited to be here.
Very good. Well, I appreciate you working with our dealers and 21st team to get this information across to them. I know we got a lot of new stuff coming out. We have CEDIA coming up. You'll have some new products to showcase at CEDIA. So whenever you're ready, man, take it away.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you guys for letting me talk to you, and me and Tony meet with you guys today. We're really excited about how things have been going with 21st. They're a great partner of ours. So we're really excited to do this today. What we got planned for today, I'll skip over to our agenda slide, but we're going to be just giving you guys an overall introduction to Alta Labs, as well as doing a deep dive into the controller. We're going to talk about what products we have, kind of why we say why try Alta Labs, our company background, what products we're coming out with. Like I mentioned, we'll do a controller demo. We'll talk about our partner program for you guys, where you guys can get additional cash back for installing Alta Labs products. And then we'll talk about a cool concept called carrier offloading. So we'll hit on all that. We'll talk about, I'll give you guys our booth number at CEDIA as well. We'd love to see any of you guys out there. We also have a dealer event we're doing out there as well, and we'd love to invite you to that and get you information on that. That's what we have planned today. If you guys want to have anything else talked about, we'll also open it up for Q&A and ensure that you guys get your questions answered. But feel free to text away in the chat if you have any questions, and we'll make sure we get them answered. We want you guys to feel like you get all the information you need from Alta Labs today. So me and Tony will kind of take slides, but Tony, I'll start with the company background and some of our brand pillar points, and then we'll keep rolling from there into our current SKUs. So a little bit about the background of Alta Labs. So we've been shipping product for about 2.5 years now. We've been in development a little bit before that, or a long time before that as well. But we were actually started by our parent company, Sound Vision Technologies, which a lot of you guys, I imagine, are familiar with the brands True Audio and Vessel. We split off from them a little bit. We're still heavily involved, but when we got our start, we were hearing, things in the market. People were requesting. Well, I'll back that up. We actually had kind of the main, how this got started is Ben Moore was the old VP of business development at Ubiquity. And Tony's actually from Ubiquity as well, but he ended up exiting Ubiquity, leaving Ubiquity for various reasons. He really helped grow the channel up through distribution, and that was a big focus of his. And then when Ubiquity started taking a different direction and going more direct and not really being as dealer friendly, and distribution friendly, he decided to exit the company. He was out of the game for a little bit and then invested in Sound Vision Technologies. And once our distributors got word that Ben was involved with Sound Vision, there was a lot of requests for a networking brand, one that had, great margins, great support, worked well with the channel, had really reliable products and not extremely priced products with no licensing fees. So we quietly went to work finding our technical brains behind the products, which we ended up finding Jeff Hansen and some other members of the team like Chris Buechler, who was the co-founder of PF Sense. And we have Jeff Hansen, who was the old lead Unify firmware engineer, as well as many other members from around the industry. But we really wanted to bring a really high, powerful product in Alta Labs and something that just worked and dealers needed. So we went to work. We started with just access points, and then we grew to switches, and then into our router, and then continually coming out with more products. So hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of a background of what we're trying to do. And I hit on a few of them, but the main pillar points we're trying to bring to the market. We see brands with, whether it be with Ubiquity or TP Link or Cisco. You'll never hear Alta Labs saying every other brand's a bad brand. We quite frankly don't think that's true, but we think there's a lot of gaps in the market that we can come in, and there's a lot of opportunity with different brands, whether a Cisco dealers like the performance but didn't like the price, didn't like the licensing fees, or Ubiquity didn't like the channel structure. You can't make any money on it. Product reliability and availability is a big one with them. And TP-Link, there's Chinese concerns and things like that. So we saw an opportunity to come jump in the market and bring these things. So we want to bring premium management with no licensing fees. We want to bring real support, real US-based phone support as well. Hope you guys have had a chance to interact with our support team. They're awesome. They'll do a great job, but it's simply just a phone call. It's a number on our website at our help center. You can do chat, email, text, however you want to do it. There's no additional cost to that. There's no additional licensing fees or any additional cost with Alta Labs products. No extra software features you can pay for or anything like that. It's all included. So you just buy the hardware and you're good to go. So we wanted to bring a really price to performance, really high price performance ratio. Our products are priced very disruptively. We still want to include margin for our installers in there. But our products are priced very disruptively, and especially when you factor in with us, you don't need any extra controller or cloud key to purchase. There's options for you, but every product has the cloud directly built directly into each product. So there's no additional cost to control it. So that just ups the price performance ratio. Protected margins are a big one for us. We value our MAP policies heavily online. We don't care what you guys sell it on to your customers above MSRP. We want you guys making as much money as possible. We just can't have you guys listing it online below MSRP. That's a big thing we're heavily enforcing. We have heavily enforced. So everything you see online with Alta will be at MSRP or higher, and to ensure you guys continue to make your margin with the product. We also have a dealer exclusive product called our Summit A6, which has no MSRP and is not available online anywhere to your customers. Product reliability is another big one for us. So we want you guys to know that when you install Alta Labs products, they just work. You're not going to have to deal with a ton of RMAs or things like that, or constantly going back and forth on sites. We want you to know that Alta Labs is a solid product. They test their stuff heavily. We want you guys to feel confident in installing the Alta gear. And community focused, we do live streams all the time. We have all calls that I would love to see you guys at with our CEO and CTO, Chase and Jeff. These are ways you guys can go give direct feedback to our direct leadership and talk about things you want to see as well. So we're also have, once you guys in our partner program, once you guys hit our summit tier, we're just starting up a focused feedback call for all our summit tier members. And they're able to give feedback directly to those guys as well. It's more of an intimate focus group as well that we love any of you guys who are big adopters of the brand to join. Ease of use is another big one for us. These things should be the easiest to set up versus any networking brand. We have the mobile app. They all have a Bluetooth beacon built into them. We also have the free cloud version also. So I think you guys, we actually did a video on our YouTube showing how fast these are compared to a couple other brands. So I think if you guys have had the chance to test the gear, I think hopefully you'd think the same thing. But if you haven't had a chance to test the gear yet, I'd highly encourage you to try it out. And then industry leading technology, we'll go over this as well, but we have some unique features in there like Alta Pass, which is our patented multi-password technology. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with PPSK. This is like PPSK on steroids. We also have really cool things like Alta Boost, which is a way to boost your cell coverage. It's essentially offload. You're essentially selling your network bandwidth to carriers, and then they are having cell phones jump onto that, so you can boost your coverage within certain projects. So we'll talk about all that, but hopefully that gives you guys a good overview. That's a long kind of dialogue of that, but hopefully that gives you guys a good overview of what we're trying to do. Next, we'll jump into the product lines. And Tony, if you want to take the APs, that would be great. I'll grab the switches. But we'll hit our access points, our switches, then the routers, our router, and then we'll talk about the new products we got coming out.
Sounds good. Good. Thanks, Cole. So when we first launched, we launched with 2 access points. So as you can see, we've expanded to a little bit more now. And I'll tell you a little bit about the difference of these. The AP6, it's more our lower cost unit, indoor only. It's $109 MSRP. So if you need an access point that's budget friendly, where you need to hit a certain budget for indoor installs, I'd go with AP6. It's 2x2 on both 2.4 and the 5 gig band. You can mount these anywhere, ceiling, wall, desktop. You'll still get that great 360 degree coverage on the RF. The AP6 Pro, the biggest difference here is that it is kind of our professional line. It's fully IP54 rated, so you can install these outdoors under an overhang or an eave. And it does have some Wi-Fi 7 benefits. One of the biggest benefits for Wi-Fi 7 is 4K QAM modulation for the higher Wi-Fi capacity. So that is available in our AP6 Pro. Also on the AP6 Pro versus the AP6, it is 4x4 antenna on the 5 gig band for higher throughput there as well. So same thing here. The mount is going to be the same as the AP6. So you can mount these ceiling, wall, desktop. You'll still get that 360 degree coverage. The AP6W we recently released a few months ago. This is a on-wall access point. You can mount these within the wall or outside the wall as well. We ship with both type of mounts available. But this is a 2x2 on both 2.4 and 5 gig, but it also has PoE pass-through capability. So it has two PoE Ethernet ports on the bottom and then one in the back. The one in the back of the access point is PoE in. You can also go PoE in from the bottom, but also PoE out as well. So this is a great product for kind of a dedicated access point for a smaller room. So we're super excited. Great for MDUs, hospitality, any markets that need a dedicated access point for your clients. So a lot of the guys from the CDA channel that I've heard actually install these behind the TV so they can have a PoE in and out, so they can go to the TV directly. So it kind of, in a way, tricks the TV into thinking it's a hardwired connection. So it's a great tool there if you can't get a hardwired connection to your TVs that you're installing, but need a hardwired solution. The next one is the AP6 Pro Outdoor, which is our fully IP68 rated product, which is you can fully expose this outdoors in the element. So no issues. You don't have to hang this over an overhang if you're doing it outdoors. This is a great product for any outdoor installs. Specs are going to be very similar to the AP6 Pros, but the thermal specs is definitely going to be better because it is outdoor rated. Wall mounting and pole mounting is available. Both types of mounts are shipped with the product. The last access point we have is the Summit A6. This is a dedicated installer only SKU, so you won't see this one listed at all, and it also doesn't have an MSRP. So if you're looking for a higher margin access point, this is the one that you would want to install for your projects. Specs are going to be very similar, or actually almost identical to the AP6 Pro, but it does have some features that are different than the Pros. One of those things is colors in our controller, which we'll cover that when we get into the controller. But it also has a 5-year warranty as well. So those access points can be used for those projects that need a longer warranty period. So last thing I would say on all these is that the DPI engine is built into all of our access points. So you'll see its stats in the controller without needing an additional hardware to be able to see that. It also has Bluetooth capable, meaning you don't need Wi-Fi to install these in the iOS app or Android app. Once the Bluetooth beacon comes on, you can be able to install these through the app or through our desktop controller. I believe that's all that we have on the access point. Did I miss anything, Cole?
No, that was great. That was great. Thanks, Tony. We'll
Cool.
skip through some of these. These are just kind of the talking points as he was going. But I'll take the switches from here. If there's any questions, please fire away in the chat. And Tony, Mark, if you can watch the chat, I actually can't see the screen with how I'm sharing, but just feel free to stop me if there's any questions. Sweet. So these are our switches. So we'll talk. We currently have 4 switches right now. We are coming out with another one, which we'll hit in a moment. But our initial line of switches was our S8, S16, and S24. And then we have our most recently released switch, which is our S848 all PoE, which this is actually available for pre-order and should be, I think, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys are getting your stock within about a week or 2, and then you should be able to fill those pre-orders. But
that is correct. Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Sweet. So with our initial,
go
ahead.
Website. So if you want to pre-order those now, you can go ahead and do so.
Awesome. Sweet. Cool. Yeah, I would love to hear you guys' feedback on them, but we're really excited. We got really positive feedback already from the S48, so excited to hear what you guys think. But with our initial 3 line of switches, our S8, S16, and S24, they are all half or more PoE plus. So our 8-port switch has 4 ports PoE plus with a 60-watt budget. Our S16 has 8 ports PoE plus with a 120-watt budget. Our S24 has 16 PoE plus ports with a 240-watt budget. Then on our S16, it has 2 SFP ports in it, and our S24 has 2 SFP plus ports in it. The switches did really well. We're really excited about them. We got some feedback that a lot of dealers wanted full PoE, especially doing more security as well. So with our new switch, we came out with our S48. This one is full PoE plus. It's got a 740-watt PoE budget. It's got 4 10-gig SFP plus ports in it, and then the first 16 ports are 2.5 gig ports on it. And this one, MSRP is for $999. You can pick up your cost through 21st as well. That's another thing I kind of missed in the brand pillar points, but we're extremely distribution focused. We really value our distribution partners and you guys as installers in the channel. And so if you guys want any pricing below MSRP, it's all got to go through distribution. That's where you're going to get the best pricing from. And 21st has been a great partner of ours. So we're really excited to continue that relationship. But yeah, like I mentioned, you can pre-order the S48 as well. And please keep us posted with your feedback. We really want to hear it. All our switches work very, very well with video over IP. They're all Dante. They do IGMP snooping. They work really well with AV Pro Edge as well. So really excited with our audio background with Sound Vision. Really, these things should be great for you guys doing any sort of audio as well. But as well, they're very focused for if you guys are doing IT installs and more MSP side, they're very focused for that as well.
Cole, you mentioned that works with AV Pro. So are you referring to their MXNet video over IP? Because I know that they do have their own switches. It's recommended, but it's not required. Are you saying that these work with that solution, MXNet?
Yeah, I believe so. There's a knowledge base article I'll pull up, or Tony, if you don't mind sharing in the chat. But Tony, if you know the specifics of that in and outs as well, if you want to jump in there, but we can get an answer for you.
Yeah, I know we're compliant with AV Pro Edge products, specifically certain products. I'm not sure. I'll double check that for you guys.
Sweet.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, great question. Thanks. So next we'll jump into our Route 10. This is a product we came out with about last October. Really excited about this one. This one has four 2.5 gig ports and then 2 SFP plus ports. This one has a ton of features, ton of functionality. This one's only $199 MSRP. We want to be super disruptive with this. Actually, Chris Buechler, the old co-founder of PF Sense, had his hands all over this one along with Jeff. So really excited about the updates it's constantly been getting. It's been getting a ton of updates since it came out, building more features. And we're about to wrap up the initial line of feature updates on it, and then all future feature updates will go through our forum feature request, whatever ones are most popular. If it makes sense, we're going to implement them. But some highlighting features of this is it can do multi-WAN, so you can do up to 6 WANs, technically 5 because you need a LAN, but it can do failover, load balancing, IDS, IPS. Our partner is Suricata on that as well, so it gets daily updates to that IDS, IPS. It can do static routes. It's got a ton of features in there, and we'll show you some more in the controller, but it is a firewall as well. It has the firewall features. So really excited to show you guys this, and really excited for you guys to get your hands on it. This is a great router. Control. So we have a couple of different ways to control the Alta Labs products. So we have our local controller, which we'll talk next, but this is our cloud-based management. So there's no cost to this. It's really easy, intuitive. It's scalable, so you can manage hundreds of customers in there. I mean, there's pretty much unlimited devices in there. You can also do the mobile app from here. The dashboard's customizable as well. So we'll show you kind of how to do that and what that looks like. And then we have a local control option, which is our local controller for you guys who prefer local installs or the project requires it. You can actually manage up to 1,000 Alta Labs devices. It can do multi-site management from it as well. So if you prefer local, you can have this controller running in your data center and manage all your clients. And every time you get to 1,000 Alta Labs devices, you just grab a new one. But you can do backups and restores. There's no license fees on this as well. So it's just a hardware cost. Can be powered dual power. So it's powered either USB or power over Ethernet. Tony, and then we do have one other control option, which is if you wanted to download our software, you just go to our website and click control and then downloadable controller, and you can do a Docker LXD install with that as well, install it on your own hardware if you prefer that way. Tony, anything you want to add to the control side?
Yeah, I do want to add that probably over 90% of our customers do the cloud version. It's very simple, very easy. And majority of the features are in that cloud controller, like 100% of the features. If you go to the local controller, it might have like 95% of the features. But if you do host it yourself, you should have all the features there as well. But preferably for most of our installs from our installers, they just use the cloud. It's very simple, very easy. And as Cole mentioned earlier, there's no licensing fees, there's no software fees, and everything that you see in our controller that you see today, it's included for free. We won't ever charge for it in the future. So I think that's a common question as well, is that are you going to see some of those features go away? It won't go out. It won't go away. So it'll always be free.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks, Tony.
Yep.
Tony. So we'll talk about Alta Pass, but this is our patented technology. It's built into all access points, and this is the ability to allow multiple passwords with a single SSID. So this is kind of a cool little graph concept of it. But we kind of, to back this up, this is graphics based on a Notre Dame student housing complex we did, where they had an individual SSID for each apartment. And you guys know that just absolutely wrecks the RF environment. It's not very sustainable for the customer. If they go to their apartments or their buddies' apartments, they got to get a new password. The roaming's not great on it. So we were able to combine all those SSIDs into one. And then depending on the password they input, determine their network type, rate limits, VLAN, and then other sets of rules as well. So that we were able to go in and configure unlimited passwords under one SSID, select what network type it was, whether if it was just a standard network, a large network, an IoT network, a guest network, or an internet only. And then we were able to assign, what we did is we had each room have their own password. And then if they wanted to buy extended rate limiting options, I think they gave 50 megs or 30 megs to each device as well on there. But then if you wanted to buy a better rate limiting package, you were able to purchase that, and they were able to capitalize, the apartments was able to capitalize on the revenue and bring in another revenue source as well from that. So you can also bypass the hotspot. Like I said, download, upload, rate limit per password, ignore the Wi-Fi schedule, or bypass the content filter. And you can also set a max number of devices per password as well. So really excited. We'll show you guys what that looks like live, but these are just going over some use cases. If you guys manage any restaurants, this is a great one for you. Single SSID with multiple passwords for the owner, employees, hotels, like we talked about. MDUs. If you guys are doing concert festivals, we actually did a cool concert festival with this as well. Also a great one. You know, you have a different password for parents, guests, kids, and then you can apply schedules and filters to the kids as well and have the parents bypass those filters. So their internet can shut off at 8 p.m. And then there's also a way that you can go and the kids can go and request access after hours, and the parents can go and approve that as well. But you can bypass, you know, the content filter as the parents as well if you just want your kids on that. Really great for education as well. You know, instead of having a different SSID for each room or things like that, you can have it all under one. The roaming's good, IoT devices, guest networks for the parents, things like that. And same kind of schedule with the students, bypass or set the schedule and filter rules on there. Next, we'll hint at this. So we hinted at this a little bit, but this is Alta Boost. So this is the way for you guys to boost your cell coverage with our APs. So how that works is essentially they're not acting as repeaters, but you're loaning off your network bandwidth to carriers, and then approved phones are jumping on that network seamlessly. So you're essentially connecting cellular devices to your Wi-Fi network, and then you can easily enable or disable this in our cloud management platform, and it already connects with supported carriers. So you just turn this on, it broadcasts a separate SSID on this, and then phones are able, like if I was on a carrier that supported this, I would come in, I would walk into one of your guys' offices. Even if I was on the phone or not on the phone, it would still jump me over to that Wi-Fi network with no password, no approval, anything like that. And all my bandwidth would be running through your Wi-Fi network. And then in commercial sites, you would get comped per gigabyte of data passed through, and you can either split that with the customer, or you can be the one who benefits from that. It doesn't matter. It's all kind of up for how you guys want to do the deal. But if you guys are managing any commercial sites that have like restaurants or high dwell time, like nail salons are a great one as well, bars, things like that. If you guys are doing any projects like that where you guys are getting constantly a lot of traffic and high dwell time, this is something you guys should definitely be taking a look at. And who doesn't love mailbox money? This is just another form of it. So they pay you out in cash with our partner Wi-Fi Wireless. So we have a couple of different partners. XNet pays out in crypto token, and Wi-Fi Wireless pays out in cash. So if you guys are looking for an introduction to either of those, please email us at sales@alta.inc, and we'll get you guys introduced and kind of going down what that road looks like. But it's extremely easy to set up. It's a really cool concept. We just did this in a Chick-fil-A local to us. We have it at 2 locations now, and they're making about $340, $350, $300 a month per location. So that's also the owner really likes the passive income, but he also really likes how it's an improved customer experience for him. So his customers are able to hopefully stay longer because they have better connection, you know, order more items, maybe order a cookie or dessert after. They're really big on their mobile app, so helping ensure that they have better connection in the parking lot so they can place their order, things like that. So there's definitely some cool opportunities with this, and something we're really excited about.
So Cole, this works in conjunction with the Boost, is that right? You would obviously need to sell the Boost, and you partner with XNet and Wi-Fi or to work together. I guess that's the hardware, right? And this is a service that dealers would essentially purchase and then resell to their clients, correct?
Yeah. There's no purchasing in this. It's simply direct integrations. That's where we're a little different. We're not the only brand in the world who can do carrier offloading, but we're the only ones that we know about that have these easy integrations with these companies. And we also have, like, Wi-Fi Wireless just did so to back that up, how it works is there's the carriers, then XNet and Wi-Fi Wireless are the middleman, and then there's the hardware, which is we are the hardware, and we have that direct integration into our controller that we've already done the legwork of getting these. There's quite a bit of configuration that goes into setting this up with carrier offloading, but with us, it's just like a 2-click solution, and then it's already working. And then so you can turn this on anywhere in residential, in commercial. Some carriers only pay for commercially approved sites, so you won't catch them in residential, but you'll catch other ones in residential. So you can just go and enable this and click that on, and it will get set up. But wait, if you want to get paid for it, you have to register with our partner, and then they handle the payments for you. And then so they get your account information, things like that, and then they'll just send every month with Wi-Fi. They send cash directly into your account. Is how that works. So they're the middleman between the carriers and you guys, essentially negotiating those contracts, helping with those site approvals, things like that. And then we're the hardware for it, and we have that direct, easy integration directly built into our controller to make this as easy as possible for you guys. Does that answer what your question was, Mark?
I was looking at, you mentioned Chick-fil-A. I guess there are a lot of applications that this would be super useful. Anything outdoor, even like, pickups at locations like, Targets or box, any parking lots, or if you have a coffee shop and you're outside, it's a big place. And there's just places I could think of top of my head. I think this would be very useful and a way for our customers to make more money.
Yeah. Who doesn't love mailbox money? So it's a good option if you guys are doing any sort of commercial projects or even residential. I totally think you guys should take a look at this because there's no cost to add it on. We don't charge anything. Wi-Fi Wireless doesn't charge you additional money to do this. So it's essentially a win-win. And if you don't like it, you can turn it off. But you can also rate limit the SSID. So you can say, hey, let's say, we got a gig going in for our customers. We know they use 600 consistently all the time, but they never get above 700. So we're going to set aside 300 megabytes for this, so there's no downside in doing this. Essentially, you can, if you don't like it, you can turn it off. There's no contract or tricky hair rights or anything like that.
And the cell carriers are taking advantage of this because it's a cost-effective way for them to expand their markets as well, as cell usage is in high demand. Instead of building out cell towers, which cost millions and millions of dollars, right? They're able to offload their cell data to access points that are sometimes more reliable if you're near an access point, right? So I think it's a win for them, and that's why a lot of these guys, especially AT&T right now, is taking advantage of it. But it also works with T-Mobile, and Verizon's a little bit slower in adopting, but they are getting there as well. So,
sweet, yeah. Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
Yep.
Next, we'll talk about some case studies. These are all on our website. For the sake of time, we won't spend time going into each individual one of these, but they're sent to our website under Work With Us and case studies. Would highly encourage you guys to check these out. Talk about a lot of cool installs, different type of installs, and these are great resources for you. And if you guys want a case study built yourself, we're happy to build those case studies for you and include your name on it, and so you can use it as a marketing resource for your company as well. Talked about community focus as well, but would highly encourage you guys to join our monthly all events, which we talk about new product updates, things like that as well. We have a bi-weekly newsletter you guys can sign up for on our website. We have blogs. Marketing assistance, anything we can help you guys with. If you guys are attending trade shows yourself, or you want to add website graphics, printed handout custom newsletters for your customers, anything like that, let us know. We're happy to jump in and help with that as well. So yeah, why Alta Labs is great for Pro AV. This is some good information on it as well. We kind of highlighted, we talked about a lot of this as well, but we can also update you guys when we get a little bit better of an answer on that that question you guys had originally. But
I posted it on
you put it in the chat for AV Pro. So I appreciate you getting that so quickly.
Cool. Awesome. And then this is our partner program, which would highly encourage you guys to go sign up for. It's just on our website. When you sign up for this, it notifies us and then lets us know that you guys want your sell-through tracked and that we can reward you guys with cash income or cash credit. So How this works is as you hit more units installed, so once you hit tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, tier 1, you get that more cash back through 21st. So that is credit you can pick up through 21st, and then which is it's funded by us. You're not taking money out of 21st pocket, but we issue you guys a credit memo, and then you're able to have that credit there that you guys can use for future Alta purchases as well. And we also have a reward strip that we do with our high performers, both on the distribution side and installer side. So this gives you guys more entries into that reward strip. So every tier you hit, you get another entry for you and a +1 as well. And once you hit tier 4, 50 units installed, you guys additionally get a priority support phone number. So there's no we don't hold you guys to minimums. If you sign up for this, there's no downside to signing up for this as well. This just is essentially is our way of saying thank you guys for installing Alta Labs gear, and we want to continue to motivate you guys to do that and really value you guys as partners. So this is our way of showing it as well.
And you could find this obviously on Alta Lab on their website, but we also have it on our website on the Alta Labs vendor page for you to sign up for the Summit program. So very simple, easy way to get signed up and start reaping the rewards from it.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Next, we'll talk about our roadmap. So S48 already came out, and then we have an aggregation switch coming out. That says July, August. We need to update that. That's coming out September. And then Tony, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But then we have a Wi-Fi 7 AP coming out in looks like going to be the end of this year or early next year. So that got bumped a little bit on there. But this is some more information on the S12. So this is what it's going to look like. It's 12 10 gig SFP plus ports. So this isn't really much of a residential project. This is more for commercial. But if you guys are doing aggregation switches, this is a great product. And this one's pretty inexpensive as well. So that's the end of the slides. We'll jump into the controller. Does anyone have any questions before we jump into the controller?
I think we're good, Cole. Thank you.
Cool. Sweet. Awesome. Tony, anything you want to add before I jump into the controller?
No, I think we're good. So
I did have some questions in the past about, and you guys might not have the answer to this right now, and maybe if you do, maybe you can't share it, but any potential surveillance options that Alta is working on? Because it's funny, I mean, from last year to this year, the amount of new products and just really cool things you guys have been coming out with has been amazing. But one of the things that was brought up to us a couple times is potential security and surveillance cameras.
Gotcha. So we are looking into it, but it's not going to be in the near future. I think our next platform that we'll come out with is the fully outdoor point-to-point, point-to-multi-point platform. But security is probably, if it does come out, probably end of the next year or the following years. It's in the distant future, just to be transparent.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, great question.
And the reason why as well is that we want to perfect what we have out now before we dabble into different markets, right? So we want to
it is a new category. I totally get it.
Yep. Cool.
Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, I'll jump into the controller, and then feel free if you guys have anything you want to see, fire that away as well. I'll show you guys what it looks like to log in. I just signed in with Google. There's a couple of different options to log in with. So you can do Apple, Google. I know we are working on a Microsoft integration as well, or just regular email and password. You can also do 2FA on there also. So this will take you to your last site that you were on. So sites are over here. You can see you have different customer sites you have access to over here as well. So you can see this site's got a site with just APs. So you can see that just wanted to highlight how you can do our stuff with just APs as well. But this is our HQ Sound Vision. This has tons of different testing, tons of different network devices on it. So we'll show you guys our live HQ, what it looks like, but you can easily, quickly jump between customers. You can also see your site manager up here, which is a different way to view all your customer sites. So you can sort by name, network devices, or updates as well. You can add a new site up here, or you can copy a site configuration right here as well. So you copy the site and it'll copy a good amount of the configurations over. So instead of, if you guys are having a couple of different customers, or like a franchise location, instead of having to create a fully brand new site every time, you can just simply copy it if you have a configuration you're liking. Dashboard, you can see your real-time traffic here. So you can see the real-time upload and download. You can see if you want to switch it to the last hour, last 2 day, or last 2 month on there. You can also filter via wired or wireless. It shows you your top active devices, applications, and network devices. So if you want to go block Google for whatever reason, you click on that, see your top active applications. This one's sorted by alphabet, it looks like, but you can pause those applications as well over here.
So you're able to see all of this because I alluded to earlier where the DPI engine is built into our access points. So we are router agnostic. So when we initially launched, we didn't have our own router. And typically when we have if a manufacturer has a controller like this, you need to buy their router. But with ours, you can use any router that you currently have. Of course, we want you to use our Route 10s now. But to see all these stats, you don't need our specific router to do it because it's built into the access points themselves. We also have active filtering because of that as well.
So, yeah, thanks, Tony. We'll jump into network devices here as well. So this is what these are your Alta Labs networks devices on here. So you can easily, when I said it's customizable, so let's say you didn't want to see your wired devices, you can check those off and those will all go away. You can bring those back. If you don't want to see the IP or the load on the device, you can take those away or bring those right back. There's no resetting or anything like that. The whole design with this controller is that it was set up for your entry-level guys to come in and easily do configurations, but also guys who are more advanced in the networking space. There's some spots where you can get more advanced as well, which I'm excited to show you. We'll start with some switch configurations, but just highlighting this. So this is the name of it, your S20, or it shows that what device it is if you hover over it. You can name the device right here or rename it. See the IP, the load, so you can see the system load, memory usage, uptime, address. You can see this is real-time traffic again on the status. When you click this locate button, this will flash the LEDs. So helpful when you need it. Flash the LEDs white so you can identify which one which switch you're configuring. Click directly. How you get into the device card, you just click on the device icon. You can expand these cards. You can open up multiple of these cards as well, and you can drag and drop them, and they will follow you around anywhere in the controller as well. So you no longer have to open up multiple tabs. We just keep it really easy. You can see your traffic per port and click on that port as well. Or if there's a network device attached to that, you can click on that and it'll pull up the device card for both of those. Still see the real-time traffic. You can see your temperature, VLAN, as well as you can see how these ports have different colors on them as well. So this one's purple, this one's pink. What this means is they are following these purple and pink rules. So there's, I think 8 options for you on what kind of colors you want to do for your color profiles. And these are essentially port rule profiles. So let's say you want all your voice VLANs to be pink. You edit those pink port rules to follow all of these specific rules, these port rules, like voice VLAN, loop detection, download upload rate limit, allowed max. And then from there, you can just set those port colors to that specific color. So if you have 6 voice ports you want to do, you just select those 6 ports right here. And then action, you just set a color and set it to pink, and it will follow all of those rules down here. Not going to actually change all the port rules on them. I don't know if Jeff would like that or anyone back at HQ, but it's really easy to do. Settings over here, so you can set it to DHCP or static. As well, we have this feature called fallback upon failure, which essentially if one of your technicians were to come in and screw up an IP configuration, instead of having to roll a truck or call your customer to factory reset the device and walk them through bringing it back on, this will just fall back to the last known working configuration, or DHCP 1 and DHCP and VLAN 1 on there. So a cool feature will recognize that it's out of the network, I think within about 30 seconds or a minute, and bring it back in. You can see your LEDs over here. You can change the colors. You can enable or disable your link lights, radius, temperature, and then advanced down here. We'll do our AP configurations next. So we'll open up a couple of different cards so you can see a little bit different comparison on them. So you can do your channels right here. We also have an auto channel optimizer that optimizes every day early in the AM. But if you want to do specific channel settings, you can do that right here. Colors, these are tagged to specific SSIDs. So if you wanted to still go the old-fashioned way and have multiple SSIDs, you can do that. And then you just color tag that SSID to a color, and then you can tag that color to APs, and they will broadcast those certain SSIDs as well. So we'll go over here to settings, and then so you can still do your DHCP or static up here. Similar as a switch card up here a little bit, but we also have some other features like always on, which will keep the Wi-Fi broadcasting even if the internet goes down for some troubleshooting. You can mesh our APs; they're really easy to mesh. Change the LEDs, temperature, etc. over here, and you can move all of our devices really easily from site to site. So if you're setting up gear at a customer site and want to move it, or at your office and want to move it to a customer site, you just click move and it will jump over like that. Cool thing is you can also do quick scans without knocking the internet out or knocking people off the internet. So we did a quick scan. You can easily see your RF utilization, your top interferers, how your channels are doing on the 2.4 and 5. See your connected devices as well down here, and click directly into those and make changes to the Alta pass settings over here. One other cool thing is you can zero touch provision. You can add via serial number. So with our gear, you can add almost all of our gear via serial number, and you only need one to start setting up a site. And then you can do all those site configurations. I would recommend using the Route 10, setting up the Route 10, doing all your configurations, and then moving everything else in. And once you plug it in, it'll just auto-populate. But you can zero touch provision except for some of our older APs. And if you ever run into one of those, just hit up our support team. They'll be able to quickly give you a new serial number on that, and so you can zero touch provision it if that's how you want to do it. But this is really helpful. You can, I believe 21st will do this, but you can just grab your serial number from them. If you can ship it directly to a customer, and you're good to go. Last device card I'll show you is our router up here. So you can, like I said, this is where you assign all your WANs and everything like that, where you can do up to 5 of them. You just enable that as a WAN, and then select which WAN it is. You can set the speed, download, upload rate limit, things like that. You can do your VLANs, temps, and traffics again, move it. You see your advanced settings, IGMP snooping, jumbo frames, etc. Authentication up here, you can enable that, put your secret up here, your users. Also do your advanced settings over here, and then VPN. We have multiple VPNs. We have IPsec, WireGuard, and then we are coming out with OpenVPN. And then you have your client site to site down here is where you can do your VPN configurations. Settings, we'll quickly jump over into the Alta Boost settings or Alta Pass settings, but this is what we talked about with the pre-configured network types. You just add unlimited passwords, select the drop down over here, and you're good to go. Assign to a VLAN, download, upload rate limit. Sites, you can broadcast an SSID over multiple sites as well. So it's pretty cool if you have, a customer with a couple of different houses, they want to keep the same SSID, keep it simple, you can do that. And then this is where you color tag that SSID. I'd always recommend turning on fast roaming. This is where you can do the Wi-Fi scheduling, the turn on, turn off schedule, as well as a captive portal hotspot. But you can set the Wi-Fi schedule to turn off like at 8, like I said, and then enable users to request access during downtime, and anyone with read-only permissions on the site can go and approve that notification. Hotspot up here. This is where you enable that. We have a local or external one as well, so you can do a pretty simple local one with a logo, title, terms of service, password, landing page. We have pre-populated terms for you, and you can do an external one over here. System settings, won't spend too much time on that. Users, this is how you give users access to the sites. So you're able to add individual users up here. If you want to, like a customer wanted access, you can give them their permissions up here, but I would recommend using groups for your technicians. So create a technician group, like a technical staff, and then have all your users in that group. And each group you assign to a site, it will automatically update permissions for all the users in that group. And then if you have a technician come or go, you can just add or remove them from that group and you're good to go. So it keeps just user management really simple. Content filtering, you set that up over here, red as specific application and blue as category. And then you can block specific hosts or one per line down here. And then you just enable block wired as well if you want to do wire traffic. Firewall settings, pretty self-explanatory up here. You can import, export your rules, add your rules, do your allow, reject, drop, port forward, set your intrusion prevention. So your IDS, IPS, turn that on, notification level, selected on certain VLANs. And then this is personally my favorite tab, is this networks tab, which you're able to easily add VLANs, WANs, and static routes. So we're going to add a VLAN. This is what it looks like. You can add a WAN, or add a static route up here. And it just keeps it really simple. They're really, really easy to drag and drop, really easy to see what you want to do. Next, we'll jump into the topography map, which is one of the last things we'll show you. But topography map is really, really easy up here, really friendly. So you can search by name, you can search by IP address as well. So it'll kind of bump you around, and you can see it also has those those port color rules. It shows those up over here. We got a ton of testing, ton of devices over here, but generally they should look a little bit more simpler than this. And then one other thing I'll show you guys is this ability to, this is where you enable that carrier offloading. So you simply just add Alta Boost up here. See your advanced settings if you want to download, upload, rate limit, but it's already restricted to internet only network. So it's already set off and secure. And you can just click save and you're good to go, and it's broadcasting. So it really is just a couple clicks to enable this. That's all I got. I know we're coming up time, so I kind of got through a little bit quicker some of the points at the end, but that's all I got for the controller demo. Tony, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just one last thing is that any of those changes that you can do, you can just do it. It doesn't knock down the access point. I think most of the time, admins have to wait until after hours to make any of the changes that Cole showed us in fear of knocking down the network, right? So with our products, you can do the RF scan, any of these changes that he showed you without knocking down the network, because it uses a part of the chips to be able to do that. So free to go to make any changes, manage it within working hours. So saves you time there. But good job, Cole.
Yeah, thank you, Tony.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate your time. We're going to do more of these. I'd like to focus a little bit. I know this is kind of like an overview, but we could get more into the weeds. I know you guys are going to be on our virtual roadshow as well in October, but some really innovative stuff. I mean, I love the Wi-Fi offloading as well. I know you said there's going to be some more case studies on that. The new 48 port switch. Hey, you mentioned too, are those stackable?
They are stackable. There's different ways that we can do it, but there's multiple ways to be able to do that correctly. So it is available.
Very good. Again, I really appreciate y'all's time. We'll have this up on our VCC. We're excited to get you guys in our roadshow. Check out the vendor page, 21stcenturydisc.com, where you can find all of the Alta Labs products. If you're going to see them at CDF, make sure to drop by the Alta Labs booth. And really appreciate you guys joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll also work with Mark, and we'll raffle off the AP6W, and we'll let the winner know. But appreciate you guys jumping on, and thank you guys.
Absolutely. And Cole, get some sleep.
Yeah, we will. I'll work on it. We've gotta looking forward to ending the work.
Next week. Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody just before we go, somebody asked a question. Can I schedule a port reboot on the PoE switch?
There's no way to schedule it right now, but you can just go in and I'll show you guys what it looks like. You can't schedule a reboot, but you can just go in and click on that port, and then you can power cycle it right here if you hover over it, or you can click in and power PoE on and off is how you do that. But there's no way to schedule that right now. Well, that's a good feature request. We'll let our team know, but I can see the benefit to that.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, guys. And we will talk soon.